I'm joined here on a Sunday night with the wonderful Natalie and Carol. Good evening. Can you just tell me a little bit about yourselves? So, Natalie. Natalie's there going, don't talk to me! Don't talk to me! Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, Carol.
Go on, you go first.
Hi, I'm Carol. 3 years ago, our lives changed completely when 2 policemen knocked on our door and told us that our son Cameron had taken his own life.
Okay.
It was absolutely devastating. I just didn't think it was Cameron, but unfortunately it was, and we set up this charity in his name.
Okay. And Natalie?
And I met Carol through a mutual friend after I lost my close friend in similar circumstances, unfortunately, 2.5 years ago. And I've done some charity coffee mornings and raised money and talked quite a lot with Carol about mental health and suicide and how that affects people.
Thank you. So we're going to have a little bit of a chat about your experiences and also how we can turn it into a positive and try and prevent further early deaths. So, Carol, tell me a little bit about Cameron and the run-up to it, if you can.
Well, he'd just had his 21st birthday. He was, and he'd just been to St James's Palace to get his gold DOV certificate, literally 3 weeks before. He was away at uni in his last year, but he was, there was no sign. He was a happy boy. He was very loving, had a lovely sense of humour. Was the sort of boy that people would come and tell you their problems rather than the other way around, which we now know he didn't do, because we still haven't met anyone who knew that he was depressed.
So, right, okay. So what about Simon? Tell me about Simon.
Similar sort of circumstances again. Simon he'd had his 47th birthday 10 days before. He was, on the day it happened, he was at work, behaving very, very normally. No one had any inkling that there was anything wrong. He was a hairdresser actually, and he was booking in appointments for future dates. And and then that night everything changed for everybody around him.
So is this something that's very typical of young male suicides, that they almost keep it completely hidden and then it's almost at breaking point and then something happens, there's a massive crisis? Is this something typical, or is it just something that's unique to your situations, do you think?
No, I think I think men just don't talk about their feelings. They tend to talk about football scores or what's happening around them, rather than actually saying, "Oh, I'm not feeling too good today," and then opening up the conversation a bit more. It's very factual, I think, with men's conversations.
Well, I know that often it's taken from my life a lot of effort to sort of break down that barrier and talk about feelings with my closest mates, almost like I feel like there's a shame attached to it.
Yeah.
And I think there must be a way of breaking down that barrier. Is there any? I mean, tell me about Cameron Grant Memorial Trust, though, I guess is the thing.
Yeah. Well, there's actually more women take their own life, so it's not just a male thing, but males succeed. So 3/4 of all suicides are men. And we started off Cameron's charity pretty much straight away because we just couldn't bear the idea of it happening to anyone else. And we just wanted to do something that would just encourage young people, especially boys, but young people, to talk and to get help. And that's how we started. And we started with the drink mats because we thought that, you're in a social setting, you can just pick it up, put it in your pocket, and then go and get help at a later time.
So I have in front of me a sort of an orange drinks mat here.
It's gold, actually, for his DOV gold.
Oh, it's DOV gold. I do apologise. Sorry,
right.
Carol. It's the light. I'll blame it on the light. It says, feeling low, don't bottle it up. There's always someone you can talk to. And it gives a website here, www.camgrant.org.uk.
That's just Cameron's website. Ed and I are just parents, so we're not the experts. So the whole idea is if you turn it around the other way,
doing it.
It's got all the sort of helpline numbers that we think are useful to whatever local community you're in.
Right. So on the back of this particular one it says, talk to us, we want to listen and help, and we've got some phone numbers. We've got the Samaritans, Mind, Papyrus Hopeline, and so if you ring those, I guess they're 24/7 support.
Pretty much, yes.
You can get help.
Yes, you can. In fact, Papyrus say that most people get in touch via text or email, so you don't actually have to physically talk to someone. You can do it on your phone without.
I think this needs to be circulated. So I've got a big stack of these, and can I take these away and I can give them out?
Of course, yes.
Brilliant.
Yes, love you too.
We also have them in a credit card format, haven't we? So, and also a cup as well.
Yes, we've got cups as well.
So these, how many of these have gone out there already?
The drink mats, there's about 380,000 have gone up. We're in half the unis. We started in the unis because that's obviously where Cameron was when he died. But we're now also looking at other organisations, so we're hoping to do more with schools and obviously finishing the universities, further education colleges, workplaces. A few workplaces have them, so British Transport Police are interested in putting them in cafes on stations.
So I know there's a few teachers who might be tuning in at the moment, listening to this interview. If they'd like to get involved in the Cameron Grant Memorial Trust, how would they get in touch with you to make that happen? What would be a good thing to do?
If they could look on our website, www.camgrant.org.uk, or our email is info@camgrant.org.uk.
Okay, so
we provide them free of charge, so we'd be very happy to work with them. And we have got school ones out already.
So we'll put that on our guest section of our website. So if you go in there, there's the details. So at the moment, there's tons and tons of fundraising that's been going on at the moment, I guess. And Natalie, you've been doing a lot on that. What sort of things have you been doing to sort of support the organisation, the charity?
To be fair, I've probably just done 2 coffee mornings. And
okay.
And the reason I did that was Simon's mum always did a coffee morning for Macmillan. And the first year after he died, she's just said she couldn't face doing it. So I said, well, I'll do a coffee morning. And it kind of snowballed. And the first year, I raised £3,000 just from a coffee morning.
Wow.
And then the following year, last year...
That's a lot of coffee.
It was a lot of coffee and a lot of cake.
Hard work.
Yeah, and a lot of hard work and stress. But it was kind of to mark Simon. I didn't want him to be forgotten. I mean, he'll never be forgotten by his parents and by me and people that loved him to bits. But it was just kind of having that reminder that it happens to normal people, normal families, and the sooner that people kind of open up and can talk to each other, the less people are going to go through this. And that's the important thing, really, I suppose, is talking. There's a lovely lady that's set up mental health mates in Solihull. Her name's Katie Louise. She's on Facebook, and she does a walk in Bruton Park probably once every couple of months. The next walk is actually on the 18th of March at 11 o'clock, and they meet by the Duck Pond car park.
It's a nice walk. It's short.
And then they go for a coffee
because you can have a chat.
Yeah.
And so what essentially it's a good networking opportunity where you can just sort of have a chat about how things are going, just share, just talk about life.
If you're not feeling great, you can
just
go
turn
and
up,
meet like-minded people.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we might have to promote that just before that, the
Yeah.
18th of March, and we'll see if we get some people going.
Yeah, we also do a night walk, which is always on the weekend of Cameron's birthday. So this year it's the 12th of October, and it's from Hampton to Barston and back in the dark, which is great fun. I think last year we got 250 people.
Wow!
So that's to remember Cameron and also to raise funds as well.
Okay.
But it's good fun, and it usually finishes with a drink. So
Well, that's good. I like the sound of this. There's lots of coffee, cake and drink. These are all staple dietary needs of mine, okay?
Well, you kind of need them when you're dealing with these sort of situations.
Carol, tell us about how someone, if they wanted to support the charity, what other things could they do?
Well, we're signed up as a listed charity for the Ultra Challenge Series 2018, and it's basically you can walk 60 miles or 30 miles, but if you could sign up under Cameron's charity and raise some money, that would be brilliant. That would be really helpful. And there's some very nice ones, like there's the Isle of Wight Challenge, the 5th, 6th of May, London to Brighton, Cotswold Way, the Thames Path Challenge, all lovely walks.
So those are all lovely places, and it's going to be a very pleasurable experience. So thank you very much. I've got the details. We'll put all this on the website. If you want to sign up, please do go to the Cameron Grant Memorial Trust website, www.camgrant.org.uk. So if somebody's got, you may or may not be able to sort of dispense advice on this. If you know someone, particularly a bloke who's going through something at the moment, is there any advice that you give? Would you just sort of go in there and just talk to them directly about it, or just leave something around for them that they might pick up? Or
I think the thing, what I found since Cameron died, is everyone asks, "Are you okay?" And you just say, "Yes, I'm fine."
If anybody asks me, it doesn't matter whether up,
but
down,
if you add, "How are you today?" you can actually then say, "Actually, I'm okay today, but I wasn't yesterday," or "Actually, I'm not having a very good day today." If you just by adding that "today" at the end of the sentence,
I'm going to try that.
You'll find that people will open up to you.
Okay, so how are you today? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some people might still say I'm okay, but
that's
actually
it's easier.
It's easier then to say. But you should always talk to people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time people struggling do want people to ask them how they are.
Okay. So tell to me a little bit about music, because what I thought would be nice, if you're happy, if we could play some music for Cameron and Simon. So what sort of music does Cameron into?
Well, Cameron likes Muse and Coldplay, but he also likes, ironically, a song by Pharrell Williams called Happy, because he played ultimate frisbee at university for his university, and they did a video of the team to Happy. So he always used to like listening to that.
So we're going to play a bit of Happy.
Yes.
Definitely going to do that.
So go on, say. About saying it's not a sad way of finishing the programme too. It cheers you up.
Perfect. We're going to do a bit of the Happy there. I'll sort that out. What about Simon?
Simon had quite an interesting taste in music, actually. I met him through a car club. We had a mutual appreciation of sports cars. And on this particular occasion, I had a house with a housemate in Redditch at the top of a cul-de-sac, and I remember he came quite quickly up the road with his roof off, blaring a song. And what particularly tickled myself and my friend Zoe was the fact it was Beyonce and Halo. A very unusual choice for somebody like Simon, who was into the gym and very muscular and very butch, to be playing that song. So that's always kind of stuck with me and still makes me smile to this day. So that would be a great music choice for him, definitely.
So thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. That's lovely. We're going to put all that information on our website. And next time I see someone, I'm going to say, "How are you today?"
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.